guys, we're back again. Raul TV team are for you. Well, we're back again, and what we're doing this time round is we've got a Ford Focus here, 2010 Ford Focus. We're going to replace the clutch, take the gearbox out, replace the clutch. Petrol, it's a 1.6 petrol, this one. Happy days, let's go. Right guys, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the air filter off, basically take this Jubilee clip off, and it's just basically on rubber bungees kind of thing. Just pull it off and it should come straight off. Right guys, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the battery off, totally off. Make sure if you're doing it for a customer, you know the code for the stereo. If they don't know the code, well, make sure you mention it that you're going to lose, you might lose your stereo code. Right, so we're going to take the battery lead off, that one in there, take the battery bracket off, which is there and there, and this panel here will come off. As soon as we take the battery lead off, this panel will come off, and then we can drag the battery forward and take it off that way. We've took the battery off, as you can see here, air filters off. Now what we're going to do is take the battery tray off, so basically 10 milli there, 10 milli there, take them two off. Hopefully that should come straight off. ECU is there connected to the battery tray, leave all that on. We're just going to swing it to the side and that's it, happy day. So basically we're going to take this one off, that one off, and we're going to take that one off as well when the socket follows it as well. Yeah, so yeah, them two off and then we'll go from there. Guys, there we go. There's the battery tray, ECU, everything connected. Leave it on because you don't want to mess about with the ECU and stuff. Now, as you can see here, we can dive in there, all clear. You can get to the gearbox, bell housing bolt, starter bolt, everything there. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this tray off. Basically, don't take this mounting off. Don't take that off, or you'll be in big trouble. Right, so what we're going to do is take these four off. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they're 15 mil or 14 mil. Could be 16 mil, so 14, 15 or 16, yeah. Nuts, take them four off, that tray will come off, then we can get our hands in there, more access, right? Look. Right guys, there we go, that comes straight off. Now you can see the mounting is still connected, right, but it's all going to be freestyle. We need to tear that center off, but we're not going to do that just yet. So basically that's off. What we're going to do now, obviously we can get to everything here. We'll take all the ancillaries off. I've already took that earth strap off, which was there. That's already off. Right, we'll take the hydraulic pipe off. If you want to take it off now, you can take it off now, that little clip there. If you want to leave it on, I'm going to leave it on because that way we're not going to get fluid dropping on our head when we do the underneath. So what we're doing now is if we go down here, as you can see there, so I'm going to go straight in there. One bell housing bolt just there. Sorry about the hand, got no gloves, COVID-19, coronavirus, got no gloves, everybody's bought them. Anyway, starter bolts, we've got one here, just behind there, you can see that, one there, and one underneath there. Take them three off, starter will move out of the way. Somebody has already taken this bell housing bolt off, which is down here, if you can make it out, there. Somebody's already took that off, so happy days for me. I don't need to tear that one off. Right guys, 90% of the top is done basically. I'll run through it. We've took the battery off, battery tray off, air filter box came off. We took the battery tray, the under, you know, the top of the mounting bracket off, that mounting bracket, we took that off, held on with them 4 nuts. Right, I've took the bell housing bolts off, starter bolt is off. So bell housing bolt off there. Starter bolts are off, except for one, that one I'll get to it from the bottom. Air strap is off. Right, and that's about it on the top. What we're going to do now is send it up, tackle the bottom. Right guys, now that I've sent it up, first job for me when I've sent it up, obviously you can see the car's up on the ramp. If you can do it on the floor, the clutches and gearbox on the floor, obviously you have to get underneath the car and it's a bit of a headache, but you can still do it. Take the wheels off, both the wheels off, let's go. Okay guys, wheels off. Next job for us is we're going to take this cover off, get this cover out of the way. I mean, you can go ahead, take the full lot off if you want. I mean, this is half off anyway, so I might as well just take the full lot off, or you can just take the half of it off and just swing it around. Entirely up to you, whichever way you find it easy. I'm just going to go ahead and take the full lot off. Let's go. Right guys, as you can see now, we can gain access this way. Somebody has messed about with this, took an earth wire off there, so I don't know where that one goes. I'm just going to bang it on anywhere on the earth wire strap. Right, so basically covers off, what we're going to do is we're going to tackle this. The gear linkages goes in there, so basically this one just flicks off, the flick off. Somewhere around it. If you want to get a flat screwdriver, make your life a bit more easier. But I've got hands of steel, by the way. Right, and so there it is. Flick that one off. Flick that one off. And these, put a bit of double D40 on it. Try demonstrating with one hand. Put a bit of double D40 on. These will twist, right? You need to hold one and twist the other one. As soon as you twist the top half of it, right? This is very hard to do with one hand, by the way. Right, twist, and then that will come out. There we go, there we go. That's it, that will just come straight out. Happy days, yeah. Same with the top one, there's another one on top. Same with that one, and then flick them off. And yeah, take it off, take them linkages off. Linkages are off. There, I'll tie them up and everything. The next part is, well, it's up to you if you want to do it. I think it makes a lot of difference, helps us out and everything. It's got, this cover here has got 4 little 8mm bolts in it. There's one there, as you can see I'm pointing on it. Another one in there. Another one in there. Right there. And another one on top. So you can just make it out there, yeah? Take them 4 off. Take that cover off. And then that way, when we go to fill it up with gear oil and everything, it's a lot easier. Plus, there's another thing out of your way. Okay guys, the cover's off. As you can see now, we can gain access to that. Happy days, no problem. The filler plug's there. I don't think this one has a drain plug. On some of these Focuses and Fords, they have the drain plug right there or behind that mounting thing. But what you could do is, as long as you got the filler plug there, just take the drive shafts off. Whatever comes out of it, and then you just fill it up through the filler plug. Right, what we're doing now is we'll take the reverse light switch off, take it off here as well. We get a flat screwdriver, take it off that as well. And what I'm going to do is, besides this bell housing bolt here, this one here, I'm going to take all the bell housing bolts off. One here, 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 round there. Somebody already took that one off up there for me, so happy days, thank you very much. And we'll go from there, yeah. Okay guys, as you can see, all the bell housing bolts are on besides that one here. We'll leave that on, that's our last bolt. So all these are off. They're all 13 millis, so take them off. What we're going to do now is, we're going to take the ball joint nut off. Take that off, one on the other side, take the other one off. Basically take the ball joints off. And what we're going to do is, we're going to take the drive shafts out. Right guys, check them out. I've got some gloves, managed to get some from the shop. They rang me saying, Raul, do you want some nitrile gloves? I said, you know what? I said, I'm coming over right now. So anyway, I've got some gloves. Happy days. Right. Ball joint is off. Nuts off. I'm going to swing that down. Take the drive shaft out. When you take the drive shaft out, obviously I can't find the drain plug on this, so the fluid is going to come out. So what we do is catch it, and whatever comes out, put it back in there, or put fresh oil in there, whatever, yeah. On this side, same thing again. Ball joint, everything's off, but it's got like a little bracket in between the drive shaft. Take them 2 off. That will push back. We'll just leave it there. If you want to, you can take the full drive shaft off. I'm not going to do it. Basically, take it off and rest it against there. Happy days, all that's done. And yeah, this gearbox is nearly ready to come out. Let's go. There we have it guys. Drive shaft is off. As you can see, I've swung it, gone through that gap here, that gap there, and I've just left it there. You could do that. I mean, if you're doing it on the floor, I suggest you just take the full drive shaft off. It's just basically one little 13 milli bolt on this side. Take that off, the full drive shaft comes off. I'll make your life easier, because I'm doing it on the ramp. A lot easier for me this way, less things to take off. Another thing is on this side, you can see I've took that bracket off there. Yep, I took it out there, I just rested it there. That's the engine casing, so it'll rest against the engine casing. Happy days. Leave this center mounting on. We're going to take that center mounting off last, okay? What we're going to do now is we're going to send the car down, take the top mounting off. So when we take the top mounting off, we're going to get a trolley jack and support it there underneath. I'll show you guys when we're doing that. And basically, after we take the mounting off, that top mounting there, we're just going to let it rest on the center mounting there, the stabilizer mounting. Send the car back up, take that off. Happy days, all done. Okay guys, as you can see here, everything is off. All the linkages are out there. I've tied them up there. All we've got left to do here, I've even took the hydraulic pipe off. You can take it off now, you can take it off in the beginning I take it off right at the end because I don't want brake fluid dropping all over me. So what I'm going to do now is take this one off. I've got the trolley jack on the gearbox, resting on the gearbox. Ooh, looks like some effects. I don't know what the hell that is, dust or whatever. Right, there you go. So let's go ahead and take that off. Okay guys, now we've took that center mounting bolt off. That will just lift off like that. Happy days. What we do now is we take this one off, and this one off. Take them three off. That bracket comes out of the way. Then basically we drop it down. Well, let's first take them three off. Let's take them three off and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, the mounting bracket is off, everything is off now. All we do now is, right, we'll lower the bonnet down. There we go. The trolley jack is still on, supporting the gearbox. The center mounting is still on, the stabilizer mounting is still on. So we let the jack ramp up. Slowly, slowly. All the way, we send it up all the way. As you can see now, the center mountain still holding the gearbox. Jack is totally off. Let's go. Okay guys, we've sent the car up on the ramp. As you can see, the car's up on the ramp. Right, what it is, you still need to get a hoist on it, yeah? I've got the hoist onto the engine. Center mounting still on, so we're going to take the center mounting off now. The stabilizer mounting, the rear gearbox mounting, we're going to take that one off now. That's the last thing we take off basically, besides the bell housing bolt. That's the last thing we take off, but before that, we take that off, yeah? So make sure you get a hoist because we cannot rest it on the engine mounting alone. It's going to swing off, maybe fall off, rip everything off. So basically you need a hoist on it, or even a jack and a block, something to support the engine, yeah? So come on, let's take these off. I think that's a 15 mil and the rest of them are just 13 millis. Let's take them off, let's go. That mounting is off, everything's off. We just got one bell housing bolt there. That's about it, ready to come off. Let's go, let's take it off. There we have it guys, the clutch ready to come off and everything. All we do is take these 10 millis off, clutch comes off, happy days. Gearbox is there on the floor. Concentric slave cylinder, make sure you replace that. It'd be a shame not to replace that. That's the main reason we're changing this car, changing the clutch, because the concentric slave cylinder is dead. Right, come on, let's go, let's replace it. Alright guys, we've got the gearbox back in. Bottom bell housing bolts, we put them on. What we're going to do now is, well, what I've done now is I've put this center mounting on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let the hoist down. Yeah. That's all the way off. Send the car down, put it on the trolley jack, fit the mounting. Fit the mounting in reverse order. That's what we're going to do here. Let's go. Alright guys, as you can see there, I've got the mountain back on. That's back on. What I'm going to do now is, it's nearly 6 o'clock, end of the day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow to finish it off. Right, see you guys. Guys, it's day 2 of the Ford Focus clutch. You can do this within a couple of hours, like 3 hours. You know, the job is about 3, maximum 4 hour job, right, if you take it nice and easy, right? But obviously we started on it late. I started on it about 4 o'clock last night, right? So about 5:30 it was near enough done, yeah? So yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to continue with it, complete the job today. Let's go. Right guys, we come to this stage last night before I went home. Right, what we do is, first thing we do, because it's pointless putting everything back on, right? And then what you do is you put the cylinder, the hydraulic pipe back on, and then you find out there's no clutch pedal, right? So first thing we do, we've got the gearbox secure, mounting, everything's on, put the pipe on, and what you do is we have to bleed it, yeah? So what we do is this nipple here, undo that. This is what I would do, undo that, let the fluid come out naturally with gravity, basically, yeah? After it comes out, lock it up, right? Try the pedal. If it's okay, what I would still do is get somebody inside the car and then bleed it. You don't want to bleed it straight up, like put the pipe on, bleed it straight up. There's no fluid in there, can damage the cylinder and everything, right? So what you do is leave that undone, wait for the fluid to come out, lock it up, get somebody to sit inside, and then bleed it again, right? It should be all right. All right, guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to put all the bell housing bolts on. I've already put the starter bolt on down there. Put all the bell housing bolts back on. I'll finish the top off. Actually, no, what I've done now, I'm going to send it up, finish the bottom off, then come to the top. Normally, I would finish the top off on the clutches, but on these, I'll finish the bottom off because the gear linkage and everything, a bit awkward. Yeah, so let's go, let's do it. Guys, there we have it, all in a state underneath. The drive shafts are off, these are off. So what we're going to do is tackle the first job. We're going to put all the drive shafts back on. It's a good idea to change the drive shaft seal while you're at it. If they're leaking or a little bit of leak and everything, what you do, just change them. For the sake of £5–10, just change them, because if you want to do it later on, it's going to be more headache. Take, you know, the ball joints off, you know, messing about. While everything's off, change it, change the drive shaft seals, and the ball joint, we're going to bang them back on. Basically, tighten. I've tightened all the bell housing bolts, so tighten them, make sure double check them, and basically that's it. There's nothing else to do on this. I'm a bit stuck for words because what is there to put on? Right, let's put the drive shafts on. Alright guys, there's the filler plug. What I'm going to do now is, before I put the cover on and everything, the cowling on for the gear linkages, I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to put some gear oil in it. That way, because when you put the cover on, it covers it about up to there. And it is, you can still put it on, but it's a bit hard. So what I'll do is, before I even put the cowling on, put the cover, everything on, I'm going to put some gear oil in it. Yeah, let's go. Right, gear oil is in, guys. Just clean off the excess oil and everything. All I did was get a squeeze bottle. If you've got a pump, you can pump it in. What I did, I haven't got the pump here, so it's knackered. Right, so I just got a squeezy bottle and put a nozzle on the end of it and just squeezed it back in there. ATF, normal regular ATF fluid, that will do it. What I'm going to do now is, this is back on. I'm going to put all the bolts back on this one. 4 bolts, remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang them back on. Let's get the linkages on. Let's go. Right guys, the surround is on. The cowling is on. What I'm going to do now is put the linkages on. Remember, these linkages, they just twist. When you twist like that, they open up and you get them into the groove, into the cutout. Yeah, so basically you twist them like that, anti-clockwise. When you twist them anti-clockwise, it'll open up. You can just bang them in there. Show you up there, yeah, bang them in there, yeah. What we do now is we just put this back on, the cover back on, and then all we do is get them lined up, and then there we go. Happy days. Put all of them back on like that. Right, that's it. That's the bottom done. Wheels going back on. The wheel arch cover is back on, courtesy of my brother. Yeah, wheels back on. If you undone the centre nut, make sure you tighten the centre nut up before you put the wheel on. I didn't undo the centre nut. You don't have to. And yeah, reverse light switch is going to go back on. Let's go. Right guys, everything is back on underneath. We're going to tackle the top now. We've already put the bell housing bolts on and the starter bolts on before. I thought I would just put them on, you know. We bled it, right? Bled through and everything. We've got a good clutch pedal. So what we do now is we're going to put the air strap back on, which is over here. We'll go to that. Yep. Put that one back on. Put all the wiring back on and everything. Basically, let's finish it off. Yep. So first things first, sorry about the compressor in the background. Earth strap back on, then we'll go from there. Right guys, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put that tray back on, that semi battery tray kind of thing, which is here. The battery tray holder and the air filter holder. That tray, put the 4 nuts, sorry. Bang them back on. And right, the next thing for us is, remember that ECU box and the battery box, which is connected to the ECU. All we do is obviously move these out of the way. You'll need 2 hands to do this, but I'm going to try to demonstrate. Basically, just, I didn't take anything off. Just swing it over. That will slide into there, and happy days. Basically, get them bolts on. Let's go. Right, battery tray and ECU box and everything is back on. Basically, it's supposed to have 3 bolts on it. One there, one there, one there. But somebody's already snapped that one off, so happy days for me. I'll need to take 2 off. So what we do is battery on first. Don't go put the air filter on, because if you put the air filter on first, after putting that bracket on, this bracket here, you won't get the battery on. Simple as that, right? So put the battery tray and everything on first, then put the air filter box, everything back on. So basically that will just go in like that. There we have it, guys. Everything is back on. Air filters back on, batteries back on, all the bell housing bolts, the linkages, everything is back on. The reason why I'm not starting it, because I'm doing a service on it and I've not got the oil yet. So besides that, there we go, guys. All done and dusted. Clutch is done. Happy days. All left to do now is start it up and give it a test drive, and all done. Right, so I hope this video helps you guys out. You know, if you're attempting outside, make sure it's safe. Put on axle stands. Dead easy job, trust me. Underneath it, hardly anything to take off. Few bolts, bell housing bolts, drive shaft and things like that. Nothing major, nothing hard on these 1.6 petrol focuses. And yeah, give me a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. And guys, I will see you guys soon.